Hi there, this is Butch Gamboa for Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features electronic magazine. And here are some of this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall have another newly accredited transport network company to get some insights into their operations. Our road safety tip on the Young Street Smarts portion spotlights the importance of safely crossing the streets after alighting from a vehicle. This week's Payong Chuper is about following loading and unloading traffic laws. Our car care tip on Auto Care Clinic centers on the importance of maintaining the correct tire pressure. The public service segment shall have the problem on pedestrian lanes. Showcase this week shall have the Mini Countryman Cooper D. While for race weekend, we'll have the highlights of the recently concluded 4x4 Outdoor Challenge Philippines, held at the Pradera Verde in Lubao, Pampanga. All this plus the latest news in the country's transportation and traffic management of this week's Motoring Today.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Xpander.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Welcome back. Motoring Today now starts with the latest news in transportation and traffic management. One of the major projects of the Duterte administration is the Build program, and just recently a new job matching platform was launched, which aims to spur employment in the country.
The Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, recently gave a preview of the Jobs, an online jobs site where employment opportunities for Filipinos from all concessionaires and construction companies can be seen, and as the government's way to complement with its build infrastructure initiatives.
Marami po kaming mga flagship projects around the country. So this will be, kung titignan nyo po yung listahan, areas in Visayas, in Mindanao, Luzon, lahat po kasama po sa Jobs portal. Kaya excited din kami, ito yung additional benefit ng Build program. We just want, ginawa po namin ng jobs portal para maging accessible sa ating mga kababayan at para malaman din nila kung ano yung mga jobs na available sa mga construction projects.
One objective of the job portal is to attract overseas Filipino workers to come home and work in the country instead. There are job vacancies open for any occupation like engineers.
Lahat po ng engineers, lahat po naghahanap ng trabaho, pwede na mag-apply. And ang kagandahan po ng jobs, nakapost na sa internet. So, it's accessible to all. Kaya pinopromote din namin ng job site para at least lahat na naghahanap ng trabaho, pwede na mag-apply via internet.
According to Secretary Villar, he already directed all DPWH offices in the country to post all the job openings via the Jobs portal. In the coming months, there will be more job openings to be posted in the said portal.
I've directed all regional directors to identify kung ano yung mga openings nila para ma-post sa jobs website. So, it's all projects. Initial lang po yung 11,000 kaya kasi kaka-launch lang. But eventually, we're expecting more than 100,000.
More than 100.
Yeah, we're expecting kasi sa dami rin for the whole program. So, well, we'll see in the next, maybe in the next month, we'll see malaki pong maging increase. Kasi ito yung first day pa lang at kino-collect pa namin yung openings sa lahat po ng mga regions. So pag nag-accumulate or pag kumpleto na po yung listing namin, makikita natin na napakalaki ang requirement for jobs.
With this new program of the government, it will surely generate more jobs in the country and will be able to fast-track the different infrastructure projects of the current administration. Continuing, speaking of infrastructure projects, a major road construction that will give more access to port area in Manila will be completed soon. Transport officials recently inspected the area.
NLEX Corporation, together with the DPWH, the DOTR, and the Basis Conversion and Development Authority, held an on-site inspection on the progress of the Harbor Link Segment 10, which is now in its final construction phase.
Well, excited na kami dahil final phases of construction na tayo sa Harbor Lake and we can expect that by the third quarter, magagamit na ng ating mga motorista. We've been more than 90% of the right-of-ways already been accomplished. So, konting-konti na lang. At pag natapos po ito, napakalaki ang effect sa traffic sa Metro Manila. So far, we're okay naman. Actually, patapos na rin eh. Kagaya ng sinabi, like I said, yung 90%, more than 90% tapos na sa right-of-way. So, final phases na lang po ng construction.
There was a slight delay with the completion of the Harbor Link because of the right-way issues, but the DPWH is quick to say that this problem has already been resolved. The agency hopes that this new road will be fully operational by the third quarter this year.
Always. Malaking concern po yung right-of-way. Pero kami po sa DPWH, na-augment na namin yung mga legal departments sa lahat po ng regions. At the same time, nag-assign din kami ng mga task forces per flagship project. Kaya napabilis po ang acquisition ng right-of-way. At makikita nyo po, actually na-monitor po natin itong Harbor Link through nagkakaroon po ng regular inspection. So makikita nyo po na moving talaga yung project. At mabilis po ang pag-acquire ng right-of-way.
The agency also added that with the Harbor Link project, vehicles, especially trucks plying in C5 and Quezon City, would be lessened in terms of number, and this move will tremendously ease the traffic congestion in the metro. With regard to other road infrastructure projects already in the pipeline, the DPWH gave us an update and developments.
Bigyan kita ng some examples for this year. Ito po, open po natin ang Harbor Link this year. We'll open the first phase of the Laguna Lake Highway this year. We'll open the first exit of Skyway this year. We'll open the first phase, the Laguna phase of the Calax this year. We'll be starting construction of the TR4 this year. So marami, and that's a small portion lang po ng build program. In the DOTR, alam ko bubuksan na nila yung Panglao Airport, Mactan Airport. So the build program is all systems go. Tuloy po ang construction at we'll see in the upcoming months and tuloy po ang inauguration, ang groundbreaking and at this point, these are the years that we'll really feel the full effect of the Build program.
The agency added that the C3 and R10 area are also expected to be opened for motorists this year. With these developments, we will surely experience seamless travel in and out of Metro Manila. Meanwhile, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, is bent to solve the never-ending problem in traffic congestion. They recently held a forum to adopt a new system to address this problem.
The MMDA, together with the International Fire and Security Exhibition and Conference, conducted a forum entitled ITS The Way, a forum on intelligent transportation system towards a smart Mega Manila. The agency has invited Dr. Kim Wan-jib, IT of the Seoul Metropolitan Government, to present their Transportation Operation and Information Service, TOPIS, an integrated traffic management center that operates and manages Seoul's traffic situation to impart his knowledge in solving traffic congestion.
Inimbita natin si Dr. Kim Wan-jib. Siya ang IT Director ng Seoul Metropolitan Government. For the past 20 years, yung traffic problems nila na sabi niya ay kung ano yung traffic problem natin dito sa Manila ngayon ay galing din daw sila dyan. So inibigyan natin siya para magsalita. Ang idea is we want to integrate all the efforts para ma-address itong traffic problem natin. Kaya inimbita natin yung mga LGUs, decision makers, representative ng iba't ibang ahensya ng government para makinig sa lecture niya. Dahil talagang kailangan natin yung technology para ma-address yung traffic problems natin. At hindi lamang technology, dapat integrated yung lahat ng efforts ng lahat ng LGUs natin, lahat ng sangay ng ahensya para sa iisang programa, sistema to address the traffic mess. Alam naman ninyo na dito sa Metro Manila talagang napakaraming tao, napakaraming sasakyan, lahat ng lugar, kahit saan ka pumunta, pag dumadami na ng tao, nagkakaproblema sa traffic. So, kailangan mag-act tayo. Mahirap talaga gumawa ng mahusay na solusyon sa traffic kung padami ng padami yung mga sasakyan, yung mga infrastructure mo ay kulang. So, kailangan nating magpatulong sa mga modernong teknolohiya na ginagamit na sa ibang bansa. So, meron na tayong ginagamit ngayon sa metro base ng MMDA, yung may mga cameras tayo sold all over Metro Manila, pero kulang pa rin yan at yan ay dapat ma-integrate sa mga ganyan din na kapabilidad ng iba't ibang ahensya at ng iba't ibang local government units.
The MMDA chairman also points out that we should adopt new technologies to hasten more the skills of its traffic enforcers in carrying out traffic rules and regulations.
Ito technology ang pero alam mo naman na araw-araw naman may ginagawa tayo sa Metro Manila. Patuloy yung ating pagki-clear ng mga obstructions, panghuhuli ng mga violators, pagdidisiplina. Noon ang mga huli natin na bibigyan ng ticket, nagpe-penalize, ay nag-average ng mga 3,000 a month violations. Tinitiketan, nagbabayad. Ngayon, nasa 6,000 a month, 60,000 a month na tayo. So, ganun yung paghihigpit natin sa pagpapatupad ng batas trapiko, yung panghuhuli, pagtitiket, ganun po, from 3,000 to 60,000 a month. At sa pagdidisiplina naman, marami na rin tayong natatanggal na mga sariling traffic enforcers natin dahil ang disiplina man hindi lang sa motorista, sa mga pedestrians, para sa lahat. Maging yung mga traffic enforcers natin mismo, sila mismo. Marami na tayong natatanggal dyan, yung mga subjects of complaint, yung mga nahuli, nakunan ng picture, video na may ginagawang illegal, ina-actionan po natin yan. Patuloy yung ating paglilinis ng mga bangketa, paghuhuli ng mga illegally parked vehicles sa pakikipagtulungan ng mga local government units.
The MMDA is hoping that the lawmakers would consider intelligent transport system as viable solution that can help reduce traffic congestion in the country. And finally, School year has already started and the DOTR through the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board or LTFRB reminds public utility vehicles drivers to give fare discounts to students riding in the said mode of transport.
The LTFRB reminds once again about the 20% fare discount to all students 24/7 who ride public utility vehicles. The agency also firmly pointed out that the student fare discount is also applicable during weekends and holidays.
Balik eskwela na po, reminding all public utility vehicles to provide student discount 20% po. Kahit holiday, kahit Sunday, kahit Saturday, 24/7, 365 days po. Kahit bakasyon, kahit sem break, kahit Christmas break, binibigay ho ang student discount. Yun ho ang bagong patakaran ng LTFRB. To all public utility vehicles, please provide student discount.
But the agency also clarified that those who are taking their postgraduate studies, driving and dancing lessons, and short-term courses should pay the regular minimum fare amount of 8 pesos.
The LTFRB passed in October 2017 an amendment to Memorandum Circular number 2005-014 granting students to avail the 20% fare discount all year round. Those are the latest news in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. With the present unexpected change in the transport network vehicle services landscape, where a possible scenario of a monopoly, which would be disadvantageous to the riding public, we continue our series looking into the new transport network companies recently accredited by the LTFRB for the purpose of informing the general motoring public that eventually there would be a wider choice of options to provide these services. This week on Motoring Forum, we shall have as guest Mr. Willie Bercasio, Director for Operations of GOLAG Incorporated. Hello, Mr. Bercasio, and welcome to Motoring Today.
Hello Butch, and to all the viewers of Motoring Today.
Kindly give us a background about your company and how it started.
This company started with an idea that there is a need for advancement of transportation to bring convenience for the people of Laguna. As per Grab and Uber, they were bought to the Philippines from the respective countries that they started in. For GOLAG, it's the province of Laguna and the Philippines. We are also different from other TNCs in the sense that we view our drivers as long-term partners, not as our outsourced service provider. And we view our patrons or our riders as part of our family. We started basically with the accreditation, April 2018. But GOLAG in its inception is actually 1.5 years old. Once the LTFRB opened the doors for TNC, we applied for accreditation.
Now, being a newly accredited transport network company, can you give us an idea of the services you offer and how would they compare to the services that are being already offered by the present providers in the metro?
Okay, right now we have a sedan. That's basically our low-end service. It's similar to the sedan or our Grab car of Grab, and then Uber previously, regular cars of Uber. And then for the other TNC company, they have the sedan also. And then after that, we have the 6-seater. And then after that, we have the premium.
Aside from commuters, there are a lot of people who would like to get into this new transport industry, like drivers and car owners. Tell us, how do they join GOLAG?
Okay, first off, of course, they have to have a car, and then their license, the license of the driver should be professional. Second, they have to get all the requirements of LTFRB for TNVS. That's for Transport Network Vehicle Service Provider. The TNVS requirements is actually very basic, and it's downloadable in our website or in our Facebook Facebook account, golag.ph. And then first they go to LTFRB to have their PA or provisional authority to operate processed. And then after that, after securing the PA, they go to us. And then they would undergo seminar. And after that, what will happen is that they would be onboarded and we will issue them an accreditation certificate. And then after issuing that certificate, they would then go to LTFRB, they'll go back to LTFRB and then wait for their hearing schedule. And then after the hearing schedule is done, they would be issued a CPC, which is a Certificate of Public Conveyance.
Please also tell us, how long would that process be?
For the PA, it should be 10 days. Okay, but of course, there's a lot of queue. It might extend up to more than 10 days, but the PA itself, it has a 90-day validity.
With the digital age now, we assume that using the application is as easy as ABC or 1, 2, 3 for the commuters. How user-friendly is the GoLag application? And can you please give us a quick rundown of the steps in booking for a ride?
Okay, first off, the application is actually very easy to navigate. It's just like any other PNC app that is existing right now, but it has of course the booking page, and then all they have to do is to pick on their general location, which is actually pre-pinned by the application. And then, but if they want to be specific about it, they just have to go to, they have to pick on the location themselves. And then afterwards, they have to pick on the location where their destination will be at. So once the destination is picked, then the system now would compute the initial cost, including the initial travel time. And then after that, the upfront cost now would be displayed, and then they just have to book, and that's it. Basically, it's the same as any other TNC application.
As we speak, there are already 7 known players to provide the transport service. What makes your company distinct from the rest?
For one, we nurture our riders. We pick the best drivers for them. We pick the most responsible drivers for them, and we make sure that the drivers are courteous, customer-oriented. So we really want to take care of our riders. Aside from providing excellent service, of course, on the driver's side, we would like to get the drivers who are one with regards to our zest for public service. Once the drivers that we are able to get are aligned with our vision, then that would set us apart.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Bercasio. Before we end, do you have any message to the commuters who could be the future users of your services soon?
Right now, we are doing all our best to make sure that your mobile app experience would be the best, and then it would be followed up by your riding experience with GoLag. We would want to assure the public that our services are the kind of service that we would provide to our own family. Now, as for the drivers, we encourage you to sign up with us. We're not asking you to be solely loyal to us, but we are asking you to try out our app so that you would be able to compare the kind of service that we provide to our drivers together with the other TNCs.
Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Butch. Happy motoring.
Mr. Willie Bercasio, Director for Operations of GoLag Incorporated, one of the recently accredited transport network companies by the LTFRB, to provide the riding public a wider choice for their transport needs. This week's guest on Motoring Today's Motoring Forum.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you too.
So, why are you back?
I didn't want to miss you.
Calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Expander.
Continuing with Motoring Today, here now are this week's series of valuable motoring tips. We start off with the Young Street Smarts portions road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines.
Hello everyone and welcome to Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts Club. This is brought to you through the courtesy of Toyota Motor Philippines and the Toyota Foundation. My name is Susie of Magic 89.9. Muling magbibigay sa inyo ng simpleng tips on how to use our roads properly and safely. When alighting a vehicle, do not cross the street right away dahil baka masagasaan ka ng paparating na sasakyan. Mas safe kung pupunta ka muna sa gilid ng kalsada, look left at right, at saka tumawid kung safe na. Until the next time here on Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts portion, where you can learn to be safe while on the road as a pedestrian, commuter, biker, or driver. This is Susie of Magic 89.9 reminding you to always be a safe and responsible road user.
More motoring tips for you, this time courtesy of Mitsubishi Motors Philippines, regarding proper PUV driver's demeanor while behind the wheel.
Payag tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Joey, isang kapwa nyo tsuper. Loading and unloading ng mga pasero sa tamang lugar lamang gawin.
May tamang lugar para magbaba at magsakay ng pasahero. Kaya doon ihinto ang iyong sasakyan. Iwasan makaabala sa ibang motorista, kaya itabi mo ang sasakyan mo. Huwag sa gitna ng daan pumarada. Huwag ka nang dumagdag sa problema natin sa kalsada. Matuto kang sumunod sa batas trapiko.
Kung ayaw mo maabala, huwag ka rin mangabala. Makisama ka, kaya huwag humarang sa kalsada. Ito si Joey Hamot, payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Mula sa isang kapwa nyo tsuper.
Let's now move on to vehicle maintenance and repair, this time courtesy of Isuzu Philippines Corporation.
Ang gulong na masyadong malambot ay hindi kakapit ng tama sa daan at makararamdam ka ng parang mabigat na pagkabig ng iyong manibela. Ang gulong na masyado namang matigas ay reresulta sa matagtag o matigas na ride at ang pagkabig mo sa manibela ay masyado namang magaan o madali. Ang gulong na masyadong malambot ay mapupudpud agad sa gilid, habang ang gulong na masyadong matigas ay mapupudpud naman sa gitna. Dahil dito napapaaga ang pagpalit ng iyong gulong kahit pwede pa sanang gamitin kung sinundan lang ang recommended tire pressure. Kapag sinundan mo ang recommended tire pressure, mas matagal ang buhay ng iyong mga gulong at mapapakinabangan mo ang buong kapit nito sa daan. Paano nga ba sinusunod ang recommended tire pressure? Malalaman mo ang recommended tire pressure sa paghanap ng plaka nito sa gilid ng pintuan ng driver o kaya ay nakasulat sa iyong owner's manual. Kailan dapat magpabomba ng gulong? Hanggat maaari, magpa-check ng iyong tire pressure sa gasolinahan habang malamig pa ang mga gulong, gaya ng sa umaga kapag ikay papasok pa lang sa opisina. Karamihan ng mga gas station ay may tauhan para hindi mo na kailangan mismong bumaba at maglagay ng hangin. Pero kung nagkataon na ikaw ang kailangan magmano ng tire pump, iset mo lang ang recommended tire pressure. Idikit ang hose sa pito at hintayin ang bell ng pump na nagsisignal na tama na ang iyong tire pressure. Huwag nating kalimutan na kailangan din baguhin ang tire pressure kapag ikay magsasakay ng maraming pasahero o kagamitan. Ang recommended tire pressure sa ganoong sitwasyon ay malalaman din sa iyong owner's manual. Mahalagang alalahanin nito dahil ang gulong na hindi nadadagdagan ng hangin bago magkarga ng maraming bagay o tao ay mahihirapang isuporta ang bigat ng sasakyan. Kapag pinatagal ang pagtakbo nito ay maaaring sumabog ang gulong o kaya madagdagan ang pudpud.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Expander.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Your weekly window to the world of business and guide to the good life can now be watched online. Just click on businessandleisure.ph and watch this week's show and other past episodes of Business and Leisure at your most convenient time of the day. Business and Leisure is now on the web. Watch it anytime.
Motoring Today continues as we now give you the latest news and developments in the world of motorsports.
In motorsports news, the bigwigs of the FIA and more than 200 delegates representing national sporting authorities from 93 FIA member countries were in town for the 6th annual Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile Sport Conference held from June 4 to 6. And bringing its annual sport conference to Asia for the first time, the FIA recognized the rapidly growing motorsport industry in the Asia-Pacific region, which it's said to home some of the most passionate motorsports fans in the world.
Well, in the regional conference, the ASNs, the sporting authorities from each country in the Asia-Pacific, met to discuss certain issues that are common to all of us, no? For instance, how to grow the grassroots, how to get young people involved in motorsports, Number two, how to make it more affordable. Because, as you know, it's not cheap to participate in motorsports. So, how do you get it cheaper so that more people will join? Third, how to upgrade your officials. So, things like that.
Augusto Lagman, president of the Automobile Association of the Philippines, the NSA in the country, welcomed FIA officials led by FIA President Jean Todd and FIA Deputy President for Sport Greyhan Stoker, and the other participants to the sport conference, which this year carries the theme Empowering the Future, Unlocking Motorsports Potential. In his opening address, Todd discussed the challenges and opportunities facing motorsport in the future. He also pointed out the importance of how to engage with the younger generation and inspire them to get involved in motorsports both as fans and competitors. He then encouraged FIA clubs to pay special attention to the development of karting and the potential of e-karting the future disciplines of motorsports. In other motorsports news, the June 12 Independence Day will see the holding of not one, but two endurance race challenges at the Clark International Speedway. The Apat na Oras ng Pilipinas and the Kalayaan Cup 12-Hour Endurance Challenge. Part of the 2018 Philippine Endurance Challenge, both races will be run simultaneously, starting at 5 a.m. on June 12. Entries to the Apat na Oras ng Pilipinas will get the checkered flag on 9 a.m., while those competing in the 12-Hour Kalayaan Cup will get it at 5 p.m. Race teams and their entries can compete in both endurance challenges simultaneously. Finally, in motorsports news, the fourth round of the Philippine Autocross Championship Series did not push through last weekend and has been moved to June 16 in SM Novaliches. Will the Rivera brothers be able to stay on top? That we will find out during the action.
More motorsports and motoring today as we now give way to Race Weekend.
Race Weekend is brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology.
Pradera Verde in Lubao, Pampanga is developing a reputation as an excellent venue for motorsports, especially those disciplines involving race on dirt courses like rallycross and off-road racing. Race Weekend has featured recent legs of the 2018 Philippine Rallycross Series at the place. This time we feature a leg of the Outdoor Challenge Philippines 2018 series at the same venue on Race Weekend this week.
We're here in Pradera Verde in Lubao, Pampanga for the 2018 Outdoor Challenge Philippines as cars are as usual lining up, eager for the start of the race. Over the years, Pampanga has been in the forefront of off-road racing in the country. Perhaps because of how much of the province has been affected by the Mount Pinatubo eruption that left many areas rough and sandy that off-road enthusiasts love to explore and conquer with their 4x4 pickups and SUVs. Of course, whenever and wherever automobile enthusiasts come together, things invariably lead to competition and racing. Off-road races have been held off and on in various places in Luzon and in other parts of the country on naturally rough trails or obstacle courses hacked out of accessible lots in the countryside. Courses that challenge the skills of drivers at navigating at speed on rough trails or crawling over tough obstacles which only vehicles with four-wheel drive could tackle. This has led to the creation of a series of races participated in by off-road enthusiasts looking for events where they could show off their off-road vehicles and their skills at driving them. One such series is the Outdoor Challenge Philippines 2018, which flagged off this year at the Pradera Verde in Lubao, Pampanga. I'm here with one of the organizers of the Outdoor Challenge Philippines, Mr. Noel Castro. Hi, Sir Noel. Good to have you here with us.
Hello, and we want to welcome everybody to Pradera Verde.
Sir, just for the viewers' benefit, can you just give the viewers an idea of what the Outdoor Challenge Philippines is all about?
Well, Outdoor Challenge Philippines is all about off-road racing, of course. We would like to encourage off-road enthusiasts to come and join us to try our obstacle course here in Pradera Verde. And we have, I think for the year, we have like 5 more races scheduled.
Just how perfect is the Pradera Verde venue for this particular event?
Well, Pradera Verde, our thrust right now is into outdoor activities like motorsports. This is also home of the Lubao International Balloon Festival. And in terms of motorsports, we have the off-road track right now, the obstacle course. And of course, we also have the rallycross here. And soon we're also going to introduce other motorsports events.
The Outdoor Challenge Philippines has drawn many off-road clubs and their members from Pampanga and nearby areas to compete on an off-road obstacle course with the requisite stretches for high-speed driving, tight, nasty and challenging turns, the mud pit, and the dreaded Ocho Ocho. Some arrive with virtually stock 4x4 pickups and sport utility vehicles. Others come with Mad Max-looking 4x4 vehicles specially built for off-road racing and adventures. A number of off-road racers are surprisingly young, the offsprings of off-road enthusiasts like Paolo and Ralph Vicencio, 14 and 15 respectively, and already bona fide members of the Pampanga Off-Roaders Club.
Yung papa ko dati kumakaroon sa mga extreme, tapos napagmanahan lang.
Paolo and Ralph may not look it, but they are already veterans in many off-road competitions. And the Off-Road Challenge Philippines is just another event in which they want to continue improving on their skills at off-road racing. One learns that from them when asked of their performance in past events.
Okay lang naman, laging nag-i-improve bawat mag-race.
On the passing off-road DNA and the genes to offsprings, the same can be said of a father and daughter team that showed up at the Pradera Verde off-road course on a whim, sparked by a post on Facebook.
Actually, ano lang to, biglaan. Nakita lang namin sa Facebook. Oo, tapos tinignan namin yung categories, pwedeng pick up namin. So, kaya dumiretso na kami dito.
It turns out that the older Segovia is an off-roading enthusiast far off from Mindanao, visiting his daughter who now works in Bulacan.
Actually, yung papa ko dati, siya yung nag-off-road talaga. Taga Mindanao kami.
Mount Apo Off-Roaders.
Part kami ng Mount Apo Off-Roaders na team. So, ayun.
From Cabanatuan comes Nono de la Merced, another off-road who got hooked into the sport after getting to watch his friends compete. He has been competing in off-roading events in the past 3 years with some amount of success.
Pasama-sama lang nung una sa mga kaibigan hanggang natuto, nananalo naman paminsan-minsan.
Then there are serious weekend warriors on their purpose-built 4x4 off-roaders who arrive at the Pradera Verde looking to get another championship. Among them is Edison Dunca, a member of the Kapampangan racing team who had to do some work on his racing rig to be allowed to compete in one of the categories for competition in the Outdoor Challenge Philippines.
Ginawa ko yung race rig ko na bagong muka kasi para makapasok ako sa 6-cylinder na open 6 nila. Dati kasi baggy yan, tapos ngayon dinagyan namin ng cover sa mga pinto-pinto para makalaro ako doon sa open 6 nila.
A back-to-back driver of the year while competing in a championship series organized by the National Association of Filipino Off-Roaders, Edison wants to achieve the same feat at the Off-Road Challenge Philippines, which is sanctioned by the Automobile Association of the Philippines.
Actually, this year talaga, balak ko rin kunin yung Driver of the Year dito sa AAP kasi last year nakuha ko siya. Kasi sa NASPOR kasi, nakuha ko rin yung back-to-back Driver of the Year. Kumbaga yung record ko, gusto ko magaya rin dito na makuha ko rin this year. Pinaghahandaan ko yung race nila ngayon.
New to the sport or veteran, young and old all agreed that the toughest part of the course was the so-called Ocho Ocho.
Kasi yung dun sa Ocho Ocho, pag yung lalos na akong beginners ka, nakakatakot siya dahil nakahiga yung auto. Pag nakahiga sa passenger, tapos nakahiga sa driver, tapos nakahiga sa passenger, medyo pagbaguhan ka, mahirap talaga yun.
After all the off-road warriors survived the Ocho Ocho and completed the speed runs, the winners in various classes were announced and received their prizes.
Another good day of racing comes to an end. And that concludes our coverage of the 2018 Outdoor Challenge Philippines. Be sure to check us out every week as we bring you more highlights of Philippine motorsports.
It's a good sign for Philippine motorsports that we are developing many regular venues for various motorsports disciplines around the country. Batangas Racing Circuit, Clark International Speedway, and now Pradera Verde.
This week's feature on Race Weekend has been brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology. These are the Fuel Masters. Every time they're on the court, it's high performance. Every time I'm on the road, I can also expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. We made it! The next generation Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
For those who command respect. For those unrivaled in their field. For those who see the world differently. For you. The bigger, better, faster, stronger, all-new Fortuner. Own your world.
Rediscover an extraordinary world as it unfolds before your eyes with the all-new 7-seater diesel CR-V. See the extraordinary.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
It had its public viewing debut during the last staging of the Manila International Auto Show last April. Immediately following was the public's actual hands-on experience during the Autofocus Summer Multi-Brand Test Drive Festival at the Mall of Asia, counting as one of the models most test-driven during the event. And finally, Suzuki's all-new Dzire gets its closest scrutiny by way of a test drive by the motoring media at the Batangas Racing Circuit. Suzuki Philippines gave top-notch motoring journalists the opportunity to take the all-new Dzire on a 3.7-kilometer racing circuit drive to experience firsthand the latest technology applied on their latest market offering, the Auto Gear Shift. A revolutionary first in the Philippines, the AGS technology combines the convenience of automatic transmission and the fuel efficiency of a manual, a best of both worlds scenario.
I have with me right now the man behind the present success of Suzuki Philippines, the man behind the unprecedented sales figures that the company is presently registering. He's no other than Mr. Yoshikuro, the Vice President and General Manager of Suzuki Philippines.
Welcome. Thank you for joining with us today.
My pleasure to be here, sir. Actually, we are here to test drive the all-new Dzire. That's the new offering of Suzuki Philippines, which shall be officially launched in a few weeks' time.
Yeah,
I
June
understand.
27,
June
we
27.
officially launched this vehicle.
Okay.
As you know, we categorize this vehicle B sedan market, B segment sedan market. This market is the biggest in your country, biggest. So there are many customers choose this category, and we already have this vehicle as a name of a Seat. Now we are doing some healthy competition among the brands, and the pricing of Seat is started from now 798,000 peso. But if we look at market more deeply, there are still B sedan market below 798,000. So that is one reason. So we should bring this desire to penetrate this market as well. And there's one more reason, Buchi-san. We already have a new technology whose name is AGS. This is manual transmission, but no clutch pedal. So we Suzuki Philippines very much study if we start introducing this technology now, very traffic or fuel pricing also getting high. So to eliminate this kind of a concern, if we bring this technology with desire, we expect market kindly appreciated. So that's the reason we decided to bring a desire in your country. This desire GL plus AGS will be 698,000, which will be 100,000 peso difference with our B sedan Seat. So this is our offering to the market. But we also bring manual version. So this price will be 638,000. So we bring two variants. So 638,000 and 698,000. So this is our best offer to the market. Today is just our activity for our media friend, so that our media friend kindly understand our new technology of AGS and feeling our design of desire. So we will officially launch this vehicle on June 27, and after that we officially also start selling this vehicle. So kindly visit our official dealership and please try to join test drive. So as I always say, seeing is believing. So please come our dealership and please join the test drive. We also, this 2 times activity per year by Buchi Gamba-san. Autofocus test drive festival at MOA. Even October 2018, we willing to join or participate this activity, and we also bring our new desire with AGS technology. So customer also kindly experience over this new technology. So please visit Autofocus test drive activity as well. Thank you so much.
After its media launch held at the Clark Bonifacio Global City, Nissan Philippines introduced the Nissan Terra via a 3-day event dubbed Nissan Intelligent Mobility Tour at the Bonifacio Global City. The event was exclusively catered to Nissan fleet accounts and fans of the brand.
This is all about the Nissan Terra that we've just launched for our fleet customers, our corporate customers, to get them into the vehicle, to show them what the new Nissan Terra is all about, and they will also be test driving the vehicle around the block here. Of course, we have other vehicles on display as well, but it's mainly focused on Terra. There's an explanation part of what the Terra is all about, all the Nissan Intelligent Mobility features that the vehicle is packed with, and then the driving experience of what the actual vehicle is. Of course, we want our Nissan Club members to also enjoy the vehicle. Will experience the same thing in terms of having an understanding of what the vehicle is about, and then having a view of the vehicle, a very in-depth explanation of the product in terms of all the features it has, what does it do, the benefits, and how it makes driving very exciting and exceptional.
Nissan Philippines showcased the different variants of the new Nissan Terra, as well as the other vehicle lineup of the brand.
Have a look at the vehicle, experience the vehicle. I'm sure you'll be pretty excited like what we are. Look forward to seeing all of you. Thank you.
Porsche Philippines, in anticipation of its 70th anniversary celebration, takes everyone for a sporty driving experience at the Porsche Center Philippines showroom with a Porsche Festival. Highlighted during the anniversary celebration is the new Macan Sport, a compact SUV that truly embodies the full heritage of Porsche. Characterized by 5 doors, 5 seats, all-wheel drive, and higher seating position, the new Macan Sport was built in keeping with the Porsche philosophy, where sporty style and performance are injected into everyday driving. The new Macan Sport rolls on impressive 20-inch RS Spider design rims and follows the Porsche principle of active safety. The turbocharged 2-liter tire engine delivers 252 horsepower from 5,000 to 6,800 RPM and comes with a 7-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission.
I would like to invite everyone to come visit Porsche Center Philippines to see firsthand the all-new Macan Sport and experience the added comfort and the better-looking model in the celebration of the 70 years of Porsche.
AutoNation Group Inc., distributor of Jeep vehicles, parts, and accessories in the country, announces the return of the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport Premium Sunrider Soft Top Edition for a limited time only. The Jeep Wrangler boasts a powerful and efficient 3.6 Pentastar V6 engine. This 284 horsepower engine is ready to provide with power and will deliver up to 347 Nm of torque. This vehicle is also mated with 5-speed automatic transmission.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. That was the Mini Countryman Cooper D, our featured model for this week's showcase.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantees Auto Insurance Program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantees Auto Insurance Program, 100% worry-free driving.
Rediscover an extraordinary world as it unfolds before your eyes with the all-new 7-seater diesel CR-V. See the extraordinary.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
When you sweat to be sweet and you clean car seat, it's love. When you try to look cool, but you look like a fool, it's love. It's love. It's love.
Show your love with the new features of the all-new Innova. Love the journey.
These are the Fuel Masters. Every time they're on the court, it's high performance. Every time I'm on the road, I can also expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. We made it! The next generation Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
On the final stretch of Motoring Today, we have our public service segment courtesy of Honda Cars Philippines.
In our previous episodes, we highlighted the problem on unpainted pedestrian lanes, and we learned from Mr. Bert Swansing of the Philippine Global Road Safety Partnership that the agency responsible for them is the Department of Public Works and Highways. This week, we received a complaint from a concerned citizen regarding the said problem.
According to the complainant, he's having a hard time in his daily commute because of these unpainted pedestrian lanes and might also cause danger not only with his life but to other commuters as well. He is also suggesting that the agencies responsible for the maintenance should consider other areas where pedestrian lanes should be put.
We will make sure to ask the proper authorities regarding their actions on the said problem.
We'd like to urge the public to help us solve motoring problems in our midst by referring them to us so we can in turn bring them into the attention of involved authorities. Please refer to the screen regarding our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its, and mark this, 32nd year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. I'm Butch Gamboa. Happy motoring and happy anniversary to Motoring Today.